was talking with a friend of mine. They're not in ministry, they're from the business world. And they were talking about their pay and that they're salaried, which most full-time pastors are also salaried. And they were trying to reconcile in their brain comp time. So for my friend, they are required to work a minimum of 40 hours a week, but they might work 45 or 50 hours. And when they take comp time, that comes off their PTO, personal time off. And they were trying to figure out how to reconcile that to kind of make it fair. Well, in ministry, we don't really accumulate personal time off. Most healthy churches that get it, they understand that, pastors rarely work an 8-hour day. We rarely work a 40-hour work week. And so we just kind of have to carve out for ourselves comp time. So I was looking at my calendar. In the last 12 days, I've had something going on 10 evenings out of the last 12 evenings. And some of that was a church function. We hosted a board game and dessert night. Some of them are meetings, different boards or committees that get together for their monthly or quarterly meeting. That includes our Wednesday night Bible study. That included going and watching students perform in their activities, going to our East District rally. And so over the last 12 days, 10 of those 12 days have been 10, 12-hour work days. And looking ahead, there's coming up a span of 7 days where 5 of those 7 days I'll have something going on in the evening. So again, I'm looking at 10 and 12-hour work days. And so this weekend, I'm just cutting out, and I'm gonna go and get lost in the woods and spend some time alone, and it's just me and my tent and my bicycle. But that's really, really important that you're aware of those schedules and you're aware of the time that takes on you, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, takes on your marriage and on your families, and that you comp that out, and you take some time and you say no, and you say I'm coming to the office later, I'm just shutting it down, and I'm leaving early. Whatever you need to do to stay healthy for yourself, healthy for your family, your spouse, healthy for your church. And I would even go back to when you interview with a church, a potential church to serve at, talk to them about comp time, about kind of evening that out, making that fair. There are some churches, they're ignorant and they just don't get it, and they're like, well, you work whatever it takes to make the ministry happen, and you don't get comp time. And there's some churches that get it and they understand. They're like, no, go away, take a day off here, take the weekend off there. And they get it, and they want their pastors to be healthy. I remember when I interviewed here in Kentucky almost 5 years ago, one of the people on the board asked me, what do you do for comp time? What do you do to stay healthy, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? How do you take care of yourself? And my response was, I get comp time. I get that, it's not 8-hour days, it's not 40-hour work weeks. So I make sure that I'm taking a day here, a day there, half a day here, or getting away or whatever. I understand that I got to turn my phone off and turn the computer off and kind of shut down, hide away. And I shared with them, for me, in the spring, summer, and fall, I'm out riding my bicycle, which could be 20, 30, 40, 60 or more miles of just me alone with God. And for here in Kentucky, in the hills and hollers, just some beautiful creation, and then in the fall and winter, I'm just in the woods. And so they understand that I can get away. you need to figure out what you're going to do, how you're going to balance that comp time so that a church doesn't just use you, abuse you, burn you up, chew you up, and spit you out. And so, as you put forth those hours into ministry, be thinking about my comp time, my hours, room for me to breathe, room for me to spend time with God, time alone with my spouse, my family. Keep your eyes wide open. Watch the hours that you're putting in and make sure that you're taking time for you. My eyes are wide open, and this weekend I'm headed to the woods. So I love you, but I'm out of here.